This is Asake Online. Welcome to Agriculture On Site. I am Busani Bafana. Agriculture is a key sector, economic sector in Zimbabwe. It is a source of jobs and source of food and nutrition, but also an important sector for innovation. The National University of Science and Technology has launched a groundbreaking initiative that is set to revolutionize agriculture. My guest today is Professor Allan Sebata, who is the Acting Executive Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture, Science and Technology. We'll learn more about this new initiative that has been launched by NUST. Professor Sebata, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Right. Agriculture is a science. I'm really keen to note you have launched this program. Tell us more about what was the basis and a motivation for this program that has been launched at NUST.
The idea is try to bring in technologies into agriculture. I think the realization is that our conventional way of teaching agriculture has not really incorporated these new technologies. We now have smart technologies, hydroponics, all the latest technologies in agriculture. So we think we're trying to bring them on board into a curriculum so that we benefit our students.
Right. What is the program all about? What is involved? And if you could just tell us.
We have the faculty. We have launched. We have got 5 agricultural programs. The one is called Agricultural Information Technology, where we will be looking at the application of IT in agriculture, where we're looking at issues of how do we use sensors and technologies to improve the efficiency of agriculture systems. As we are aware, with climate change, we have issues of water. So we need to better manage our water resources. So once we incorporate technologies that can help us to efficiently use the water, it does help us a lot. And then we also have another program, Agricultural Genetics and Cell Technology, where we will be looking at breeding, modern technologies in breeding, both plant and animal breeding. So we seek to bring those technologies on board. Now we're talking about climate change. We need to develop crop varieties and animals that are better adapted to the dry conditions. So that's another program. Then we also have agricultural engineering, where our focus will be on how can we develop agricultural technologies that can help our smallholder sector. As you are aware, farmers in the smallholder sector, they don't have appropriate technology. So we're trying to figure out how we can help them with technologies that can improve their production. And then we also have agricultural economics, agribusiness economics and management, where we are trying to look at how can farmers get the markets. As you are aware, we need markets for a produce. Without a market, you can't get anything. So we're trying to see how best we can help farmers with marketing of their produce there.
How do you look at ensuring seamless collaborating among the various departments that will ensure innovation, in terms of the technological outputs?
I think the programs will complement themselves very well. For example, look at agriculture engineering. It will complement with agriculture information technologies, where they work together. The computer guys are able to do the simulations, the modeling. Then the agricultural engineering guys, then they bring the technology. Because when you need the computer science, the software engineer, and the hard engineering, they have to complement each other. And then it's the same way when you develop new breeds, animals and so forth, you also need to reach out to the market. So our marketing programs will enable us to market our products.
And what emerging technologies would you say are in fact the most impactful for farming efficiency? And how are these being incorporated into your research and your teaching?
I think the emerging technology that is coming of interest will be the use of drones. So drones are finding an important use in terms of you are spraying your crop. When you spray with a drone, it's faster, it's more efficient. And then also with drone technologies, you are able to map your area in terms of soil nutrients. And then you map, and then when you apply fertilizers, you are able to apply fertilizers that are specific to your type of crop. So essentially with drones, you are able to better use resources efficiently. And then also in terms of the environmental impact. So when you apply the right quantities of fertilizers, it means you minimize the environmental impacts.
And interestingly, how are you balancing, these high-tech innovations and also in terms of meeting the low-cost innovations that farmers can easily adapt and use, particularly now in the face of climate change?
I think now that there is a need to engage farmers. Most people are engaging farmers to incorporate their indigenous knowledge system. And then you see how best you can improve the technologies that they practice. So when you are designing in terms of technologies, you're starting from what the farmer practices are, and then you just figure out how best we can try to improve on that.
And let's talk about the issue of entrepreneurship. What role does entrepreneurship really play, in modern agriculture, and how is your faculty fostering this to ensure that there's the application of innovation and there's entrepreneurial?
Yeah, I think what we are looking at is our graduates or our students. We expect them to be practitioners in agriculture. We are saying to them, when you do this program, you should have a passion. You should practice what you are doing. If you can start as early as possible, be a farmer yourself. At least when you are farming, and then you come and do the program, then you get to understand the farming better. And then from there, you can also use it as a form of income for yourself. I'm sure you appreciate people, whatever sector you come from, one way or the other, people become farmers. Even if you are from a different sector, you always want to become a farmer. So we are saying to our graduates, be a farmer. Once you're a farmer, then you also practice that, and then you also have that as a source of income.
Can now farmers actually qualify to enroll in these courses under this faculty?
Yes, I think our farmers, what we eventually have, we have short courses for farmers. So we will have set up a training unit, a demo plot on our campus where we will demonstrate this technology. So we have to bring our farmers onto site, and then we train them. So we'll have something for the farmers. And we are welcome. So if you are a farmer, you want to engage us, we can invite us to your farm, where we go to a farm, we look at what is happening on your farm, and then we interact and we be able to engage. So definitely it's farmer focused. We need to go out to the farms and talk about what we are seeing there.
Right. So this faculty has been established since in the last, 1.5 years?
Yes, I think we in last year, that's when we were working on the paperwork. Then we got the appropriate paperwork to start the programs in November last year.
What are your future expansion plans?
At the moment, we started with undergrad programs, so we hope to expand to postgraduate, and then we hope to put more emphasis on postgraduate research, where we bring in researchers, then we work with them. They work on the current issues that affect farmers, and then we research on those and try to find appropriate solutions.
So at the moment, you are actually offering courses in undergraduate?
Yes, we have 5 undergraduate programs that we're starting with.
And what has been the intake on your students? How many students?
We have started with the March intake. We have another August intake, yes.
Okay. People will be interested really to participate, to actually study under these courses. Maybe you could just briefly tell us what are the requirements, if someone is interested.
Okay, of course we have.
What should they study? Should they study agriculture?
Okay. Now we will take A-level. We will take A-level students. You can have the sciences, the maths, chemistry, physics, agriculture, food science. So those are the requirements for the different programs. So, and then you can use that through A-level. Then there is also an option for diploma holders, where there is a mature entry. If you have a diploma in agriculture, you can come in and do those programs.
Interesting. There you are. I was speaking to Professor Allan Sebata, who's the Acting Executive Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture, Science and Technology at the National University of Science and Technology, where they've actually launched a program that is looking at boosting and revolutionizing agriculture through the use and application of technology. This is Asake Online, and thank you for joining us. And remember to actually follow us on our various social media platforms on site ZW.